All right, so we're at the midpoint now. So the mid-season break has started for all the players, so they all went on holiday. So currently, we're sitting in fifth place. We did have quite a bad patch of games where we did drop points, unfortunately. So we started the season fairly well. We were in the sort of first and second position, and then we dropped out of the top five, and then we just came back in the top five with a win against Dnipro. They're our biggest challenges, I believe, for the European spots. So you can see there was a run of games over here where it was just, I'm not playing the strongest teams and I was losing. So it didn't go well. 0-1 loss to Shakhtar. I mean, which isn't too bad because of how good their team is. And then we picked up again a little bit. So we got that 4-2 win away, 1-1 against Alexandria. I really wanted to win these two games, but it's good that we won away against Dnipro. They do have some decent signings. So now we've got that mid-season break. Start again in March. One good piece of business that happened is Dnipro, I believe they got some money because they sold one of their players, so they got quite a couple million in transfer budget, and they came in and I've negotiated a deal for $1 million up front for Ilya Shvetsov, which is one of my players. His stats are not amazing. He is Ukrainian, which is probably one of the reasons they wanted him. I actually wasn't playing him that much, and his contract was running out. So his contract was running out, and I needed to quickly get rid of him and make some money. So this is a great deal for me. $1 million with someone whose contract's running out in 6 months, and he didn't want to sign a new contract. He was not keen, and the other reason is I wasn't really playing him. He was not getting game time. I was only playing him when Vitinho got injured. So this is a good piece of business. So this gave me a little bit of money, some transfer budget, which I converted all to wage. So now I have about 6K or so to play around with the wage budget, and I can go and see if I can get a good free transfer, someone who can really make a difference to the team and just help us finish for those European spots. We need to finish in Europe because our finances are just, they're getting lesser and less, and I need that European money. So goal is to finish in the top five. I won't make Champions League because Shakhtar and Dynamo Kiev are just too good. They'll have the first two spots, but if I can just make Euro Cup 2 or Europa League, that'll be good enough. So let's see how we go towards the end of the season. I'm going to go and see what transfers I can make, and then we'll touch base again later on to see how we ended up. Alright, so we have just finished with the summer transfer window. So we're a few games in, so we're in 14th of March. So we played a couple games. Um, something, I mean, this was a good couple months. Reason being is we made a little bit of money, so we're at 2.7 mil. We sold a few players, so we got a transfer budget of about a mil. Also, we reviewed our season expectations because we were doing better than expected. Instead of a top half finish, I've now committed to a qualification for Europa League, which is important to keep the finances up. So we extended our budget up to about 62K. So this allowed me to go in and loan a few players, sign a few players, and I did bring in quite a few players, which I reckon will take us home. First couple games, I mean, the first game back we won 5-1. Let me just quickly show you. 5-1, 3-0, so we're absolutely dominating. Pretty happy with the transfers that I got. So let me just show you who they are. So first of all, the ones that went out, I mean, this guy I sold early in the season, so I actually went into his contract and I saw that I was able to sell one of his clauses. So I sold one of his clauses for 300 something thousand, so I can get that straight away. And then I used that money to sign the one and only Rufus Sigison, 35-year-old Rufus Sigison, who has, obviously, he's towards the end of his career and his physical stats aren't as good, but technically, mentally, he's amazing, and I think he'll do a job for our team, just being that playmaker and delivering set pieces and whatnot. So really happy to get him on board. I'm also using him to nurture some of our youngsters, so hopefully that'll improve. Couple of other things. So I did manage to, Shevtsov went for $1 million to Dnipro, which is a good deal. Then I got rid of a few of the youngsters. I'm not going to be renewing their contract as they're not that good. So I managed to push them away. 10k, not much, but just get a little bit of money, get them off the wage budget. Managed to get rid of Artak Yedigarian, whatever you say it. So this guy, I hardly ever played him. I mean, look at his stats. He's no good. So managed to push him out for 100k, which is good for me. Get his wage budget off as well. And then on the last day of the transfer season, I got an offer from Dnipro for 1.7 million, and with add-ons, 2.1 million for Pavlo Lukanchuk, who is our right back, who's a decent right back. But when you get 1.7 million for him, he's not a 1.7 million dollar player. So I managed to get him off, make a bit of money, and that allowed me to bring in a few other players. So who did I bring in? And I'm going to miss these guys because they came in at the start of the season. So here we go. Around the summer window, we got Militao for free. Not paying a single cent for him, and he's a pretty decent defender, you can see. So for this league, he'll do a job for me. Luis Fabiano, left back, so I straight away put him in there. He's a decent wing back, better than Zuma, who I signed, who's a South African guy, who's defensive, and he's fickle as well. But this guy, Luis Fabiano, doing amazing as well. So he already scored a goal in his second appearance. Alan, cover for left mid, so decent player as well. He's got some pretty good technicals, getting there physically as well. So he's dropping. Georgi Chieshvili. So I needed to get a Ukrainian player just for the registrations because I can only have 7 foreign players on the field at one time. So I needed to get a few Ukrainians. So I got him as well. Good dribbler, decent speed, good mentals. Hopefully he'll improve a little bit, just a bit. But he's been playing really well so far. It's just good to have someone who's just able to run down the wing and take players on and create chances. So he's been playing really well. I'm really happy with him, and he is Ukrainian, so that is important. Rufus Sigison, the man, of course, playing him as a deep line playmaker at the moment. I would push him up higher because he does have finishing stats, but the reason why I'm sitting him deep is because I got this guy, Georges Mikotudze, on loan from Norwich. I didn't think I was going to get him because there's a few other teams that put in a transfer request for him, but he rejected them because he wanted more playing time. So he came to us, 3.8k loan, and he's been fantastic. He's fairly quick, as you can see, good finishing stats, good mental stats. So I play him as a second striker, and he's been amazing. I think he's got a hat-trick in his first game. Got Almeida for free to develop into a playmaker down the line. So you can see he's just a playmaker. He's straight out. All he can do is pass, touch and pass. Not much besides that. So, but one for the future. And Denis Favarov. So this is, once I sold my guy for 1.7 billion, I took this guy in on loan. He's Ukrainian, to replace him at fullback. As you can see, he's pretty decent as well. Good fullback, so he'll get a suit towards the end of the season. So let's see how we're going to finish up. Right now, we're doing well. We're in a good run of form. We are 4th with a game in hand. So if we win our next game, we could jump Zorda to 3rd. And that would be good. So if we finish 3rd, what does that mean? Let's have a look. If we finish 3rd, we'll go into Euro Cup playoff. Fantastic. Europa League. So even more money there. So that's what we're going to be pushing for. And I believe now I've got the team to do it. I did create another tactic to utilize everyone, which is this. So I have my 2 Ukrainian forwards. I have Sigison playing DLP. And I do have Georges Mikoladze playing as second striker. So this is generally formation, very attacking. Gegen press, so we're pushing them up high, getting the ball back, and it's been working well so far. I think next match I'm going to try run the 4-4-2, see how that goes, and let's see what happens towards the end of the season. Hopefully we'll finish in that third position that we're fighting with Zoria against. I am feeling confident, but we should at minimum finish 4th or 5th, or 5th, so we will qualify for Europa League too, but if we can get Europa League with 3rd spot, fantastic. So let's see how we go.